This is the KRUI News at Noon, brought to you in part by the Daily Iowan. This is KRUI, Iowa City.
It is just before noon in Iowa City. The temperature is 47 degrees, and for KRUI, this is the latest news with Stephen Bieber and Shane Ryder. Here are the headlines for this Thursday morning. Barges burn in Bama. UI students design a special toilet, and the mother of the Boston bombing suspects thinks the bombing was fake. The mother of the suspects believes the bombing that took 3 lives and injured dozens more was staged. She has yet to see any footage of the explosions, but claims that the blood was, in reality, paint, indicating the entire bombing was fake. Authorities are not allowing her to see her youngest son, Jahar Tsarnaev, who faces terrorism and murder charges.
2 fuel barges on Alabama's Mobile River exploded into flames. The barges carrying gasoline burned through the night. 3 people were burned by the explosion and taken to the hospital in critical condition. A 1-mile safety zone surrounds the barges, since there have been multiple explosions. Authorities are letting the flames burn out on their own.
University of Iowa students are creating a sustainable toilet. 6 teams made of students are creating the blueprints. One design plans to turn urine into fertilizer, compost feces, and use the roof to collect rainwater. The prices range from a couple $100s to $2,000 to build what the students have in mind.
Having trouble remembering your grocery list or preparing for an exam? A study has found that clenching your fists can improve memory. Memory was shown to improve by around 15% for participants who clenched their right fist while memorizing and then clenched their left fist while trying to remember. 15% is not overwhelming proof, but could make the difference between an A and a C on a test. Stop texting and pay attention. Many drivers use their cell phones while driving, and a new study from the Texas Transportation Institute at Texas A&M shows that sending a message with a voice-to-text software can be as distracting as typing it by hand. Reaction times were the same, whether subjects were texting by hand or dictating. These reaction speeds were 2 times slower than when the driver was not texting at all.
The 8-story building that collapsed yesterday morning in Bangladesh has resulted in 204 deaths and counting. Many workers expressed concern about the safety of the building after cracks appeared in the building on Tuesday. Factory owners ordered the workers to report to work, and hours later, the building collapsed. The building is part of the 90% of the country's structures that are not built to code.
Could a drug help treat traumatic brain injuries? Researchers at NeuralStem Incorporated are trying to find the answer. The researchers are working with the National Football League to create a test that would discover if a drug that is designed for depression can actually help football players who have received brain injuries. Animal testing showed that the drug might have the potential to help the body create new brain cells.
And in sports, Iowa Hawkeyes baseball added a non-conference victory to its resume last night, defeating Northern Illinois 3-2. The Iowa offense plated 2 unearned runs in the bottom of the 6th inning that proved to be the difference. Iowa hosts Big Ten rival Minnesota this weekend, with Friday's first pitch scheduled for 6:05. The Chicago Blackhawks' dominant performance on the ice continued last night. The Blackhawks secured the best regular season record in the NHL, defeating the Edmonton Oilers 4-1. As a result, the Blackhawks were awarded the President's Trophy for the first time since the 1991 season. Chicago began this season by scoring at least 1 point in its first 24 games and has cruised to an impressive 35-6-5 record.
We may finally be getting away from the snow. The forecast shows the temperature moving up to 71 degrees by the end of the weekend, but right now the temperature is 47 degrees. And for KRUI News, this is Stephen Bieber and Shane Ryder.